Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's advanced class at SEDAcollegeonline.com and on YouTube. And we are here, SEDA College Online Live. Today, we're going to need our notebooks, as usual. We're going to need a pen, maybe a highlighter if you want to make anything really stick out or jump out and obvious to you. I've got my notebook all tabbed and ready to go for today's lesson, so I'm going to open my notes and tell you a little bit about what we're talking about today. Down here on the bottom of the screen, you can see it says Working from Home Part 1, Vocabulary with Teacher Lydia. As usual, when I started working on my lesson, there was so much I wanted to say, I needed to break it down to 2 lessons. We're not breaking on down to Grammar Town. No grammar this time. We're talking vocabulary and using the vocabulary in the right context. We've got verb phrases, colloquialisms, and typical vocabulary words, single words that we can go over today. Okay, so I'm hoping that this is all going to be really useful to you guys. I know that more and more people than ever are working from home and using technology like virtual meeting technology and making sure they communicate with colleagues, get work done in a timely fashion, and do everything that's necessary for their job. So I think it's important that if you're working from home and you work with a large team, especially an international team, maybe for a multinational company, this kind of vocabulary is super important for you. If you don't do that yet, but you're hoping to in the future, this vocabulary is also going to be super important for you. So I just want to remind you that we're coming to you from SEDA College Online Live. We are either on the SEDAcollegeonline.com website or you're seeing us on YouTube. And check out SEDAcollegeonline.com for more great products and things to help you learn English, different courses, but also you can learn different languages too. I'm practicing my Spanish right now. I'm going through the Spanish for beginners again to brush up on or dust off my old Spanish knowledge and make sure that it's a little bit higher level than it is right now. I got to keep working, and I've got books and I've got all kinds of things. Use every single type of tool necessary to help you learn a new language or learn new information. We're here at SEDA College Online to help you with that. Okay, so as I said, I'm Teacher Lydia, and we're doing working from home vocabulary today. So I would like to invite you to move forward with me now. All right, vocabulary for working from home. So we got a picture here, right in the middle. Guys, tell me what you see in this picture. Let me know the different items or things that you see in the picture. Put it in the comments section. I'll respond right back to you as soon as possible. So I just want to focus on pronunciation and learning through exploration in this lesson. I'm not going to give you all the information. So usually I give you a vocabulary word, a definition, and an example sentence. Sometimes I'm just giving you the example sentence. And sometimes I'm just giving you the definition. And I'm letting you have the opportunity to fill in the other parts or fill in the blanks, filling the missing parts yourself with your own knowledge and your own intelligence. Because learning is not just about taking in information somebody else gives you. It's about exploring and using the information you already know from your own experience to put the puzzle pieces together in your mind, okay? So I'm giving you the power to do what you need to do. Put the pieces together in your brain, okay? So focusing on pronunciation and learning through exploration, this lesson of the first of 2 lessons is about allowing you to practice common vocabulary used in virtual meetings, remote working, technological communication, okay? This will ensure, so it'll make sure that when you communicate with native speakers in this manner, so in this type of form, any technological form, you will have greater confidence. And that's what this is about. So it's not just about teaching you new vocabulary today and, using your brain, but doing all of that together will build your confidence. And confidence is everything when it comes to communication and success in the workplace, success in life. I mean, if you don't feel like you can do something, guess what? You probably can't do it because you're already setting an expectation in your mind and in your heart that you can't do it. So let's work hard today and practice some vocabulary so that you can do things with confidence. Are you ready? I bet you are. Okay, so we're going to watch a video. This video comes to us from the Huffington Post. And this video is going to help us understand the vocabulary we're going to go through the next 2 days. Tomorrow I'll show the video again for repetition and practice to refresh your minds. But while you're watching this video, I want you to think about 2 things. 1, what's the best tip in this video, in your opinion? It's working from home tips. That's the topic of the video. And 2, what new information did you learn from this video? Okay, so take out your notebook, take out your pen, write down these 2 questions now. Number 1, what is the best tip you get from this video? Your opinion. And number 2, what new information did you learn? Okay, because maybe what you learned that's new is not the same as me or your classmates or anybody else. So we can share together in the comments section after, and you can let us know, or even as we're watching the video, you can write your new tips or the best tip and the new information in the comments. We can all share and see, oh, wow, you didn't know that either. We share that in common, or I knew that. Oh, interesting, that person didn't know that. Or maybe I'll share something that I didn't know and you can say, oh, I learned that here or there. So we can all share and learn together as a learning community here at SEDA College Online, okay? So slip it in the comments, whatever the answers are to these 2 questions as we go along here. This video is a little over 3 minutes, so let's take some time to watch it. Make sure our volume is all the way up. Awesome.
In setting up the best system, we want to look at a schedule. Scheduling ourselves first thing in the morning by setting our alarm clock, taking our shower, dressing for work, the same pieces that would go into the puzzle of our morning routine if we were leaving the house. What we want to avoid is there's a trap of sleeping a little longer, maybe an extra hour, not showering, jumping up, being in our bathrobe, hitting the on button for our laptop, and then starting to work. Take out a pad, maybe it's a single sheet of paper, whatever works for you, and write down your 3 top priorities for the day. What are the tasks that you really need to accomplish today? How do you need to move your projects forward? And you can refer back to that as you may during the day fall down that digital rabbit hole. We want to be able to quickly access, hey, wait a second, I'm a little off track. Let me get my brain back on track and let me look at what it is that I really need to work on today. Take micro breaks. We know that when we take micro breaks, it actually relaxes our brain. And when we relax our brain, it re-energizes us, it re-engages us, and we make less errors. Go to the window, look outside, take a pad of paper over to a different chair, give yourself 5 minutes. Doodle. We've got to mix it up. We want to keep a schedule, and at the same time, we want to be flexible enough to mix it up. While it's tempting to turn on the television, maybe catch up on a favorite program, or it might feel really good to put a load or 2 of laundry in and get that done, you've got to remember that you're sticking to the schedule of I'm working from 8 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 6. You're not managing your home right now. You're managing business. Set the time that you're going to end your day. Don't let it drag. I'll do it after dinner, and then it's 8 o'clock, and then you say, well, I really need to finish this project, and then you go to 10 p.m., and then you go, oh my gosh, it's 10:30, but I'm not done with the project, and I said I was going to finish the project no matter what, and the next thing you know, it's 1 in the morning. So the way that you can make sure that you avoid that is set your start time, set your end time. It's like bookends. Make sure you've got 2 bookends to your day. Can go out and take a walk, even if you walk around a parking lot, even if you walk around your backyard or you walk through your neighborhood. But there are ways that we can make this work and we can still get exercise. We can take a bike ride. We can jump rope. You can buy a hula hoop. Maybe you want to turn on some music for 30 minutes and have a dance party. I've done that myself, and it's kind of fun. So you can do that, and again, it gets you more creative and more productive to finish your day and takes you out of that slump.
Okay, that's pretty good, huh? I think there were a lot of really great tips in that video, and I hope you guys can take a moment to check out what you think were the best tips and what new information you learned. And let's take a look at each other's answers. You know, it's all about collaboration too when you're learning. You can't just take from your brain. We have to share all each other's information. All right, cool. So, moving on. We're going to identify these pictures. How would we label or name what we see represented here? Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a second to try to think of the name or the word for these two photos, okay? All right. Oh, geez. I've been practicing my little dance. But I don't know how good I am at that. So, listen. We are going to have some classical music as we think about what those two pictures represent. And we're only going to take about 30 seconds, okay? A minute. $30 seconds now. Okay. So tell me, what are those two pictures? What is the name? Identify the pictures. Okay. Super important. These are kind of like, oh, my ears are so itchy. These are kind of like the basics. Okay. If we don't know these, then there can be a lot of confusion in the virtual meeting, in the phone call, in the directions, in the email, whatever. These things are really important to know if you're going to communicate online or use technology. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Okay. So what was the first one? Well, let's take a look at that first picture we see there. That is a monitor. Monitor. Sometimes also called your screen. You know, on your phone it's the screen, but everywhere else it's the monitor, screen, whatever. It's that part of your computer or technological device where you see the images, where you see me. Okay, great. This one, mute. It means there's no volume, okay? So also you could say a person who doesn't speak is mute, okay? Mute, no volume, no sound. So maybe you're doing a family group phone call, video call, and grandpa's talking, but nobody can hear him, and everyone goes, Grandpa, you're on mute. But maybe grandpa can't hear you either because everything's on mute. So it's really important to know that one, okay? Great. Okay, so do you know? Here are some words, and they're used in a sentence, new vocabulary words. I'm telling you the part of speech they are, and I'm using them in a sentence. And I'm asking you to use context clues, so the information in the sentence, to figure out what the definitions of these words are, okay? So I'm going to go through it with you, and we can do some pronunciation practice. Cut out. Cut out. Like cut with scissors, similar to that. Cut out. Phrasal verb. This is a phrasal verb. Sandra, your video is cutting out, but we can still hear you. Okay. Sandra, your video is cutting out, but we can still hear you. The video is clear, but we cannot hear you. Your video is, the video is not clear, but we can still hear you. Your video is cutting out. Okay. Invite. Invite. So before you try to write these in a sentence, just take a time to listen to my explanation, and in the next slide, I'm going to give you time to write those sentences, okay? Sandra, your video is cutting out, but we can still hear you, okay? That was the last one. Invite. Invite can be a noun or a verb. I will send you an invite to the video call via email with a link provided. So just notice there's two pronunciations. Invite, invite. All right, when we use it as a noun, we say invite, emphasizing the in. And when we use it as a verb, we emphasize the vite. Invite. Okay. I will send you an invite to the video call via email with a link provided. Okay, what's the definition? Hold on to it. Keep it in your brain. Next slide, write it in the comments. Lag. This can also be a noun or a verb. Lag. There's a lag in the audio, everyone. Please hang up and I will call you all back. There's a lag in the audio, everyone. Please hang up, end the call, and I will call you all back. Okay? So imagine we're all in a video call together. The audio, the sound, there's a problem with it. It's called a lag. Please hang up, everyone, and I will call you back. So we basically need to turn it off and turn it on again, right? Like when your computer is not working. You call IT, the first thing they say is, have you turned it off and turned it on again? Yeah, because that's oftentimes the problem, right? If things don't work the first time, turn it all off, turn the power off, start again. Great. Okay, so here's the next slide, as promised. And, you know, we're not going to do 3 minutes. Let's do 2.5 minutes, okay? 2 minutes, 30 seconds. The last two slides, the ones with mute and monitor, and then cut out, lag, and what was the other one? The last slide. Let's see. Invite. Use these guys in a sentence, okay? And you don't have to use all of them, okay? If you don't have time to write all 5 of those examples in 5 new sentences, just choose 2 or 3, okay? Let's see how many we can do in this 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to start the clock. Starting now. Let's see, how many can you come up with? Audio from the Nutcracker. Your turn, you can do it. I'm going to give you this slide again so that you can refresh. Try to use one of these guys in the sentence. God, look at all my notes. I went crazy this weekend preparing for class. Bit overboard, OTT, over the top. Okay, so let's check the next one here too, so you can see that. Still got 1 minute and 30 seconds, plenty of time. Okay. Still got 50 seconds. Can't wait to see your sentences. where we are. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it goes. There goes the timer. It's going off. All right. It went off. So now we need to move on. All right. Working from home vocabulary. All right. Employees must clock in 5 minutes before their shift begins. Take out a pad and pen and be sure to take copious notes. Look at your daily tasks and then write down your top 3 priorities for today. All right, you're going to use the context clues to figure out what the definitions of these vocabulary words are. The vocabulary words are in italics. Okay? I'm going to go over it again. I'm going to describe the scenario. Employees are not allowed to start work after 5 minutes before their shift begins. So this employer wants to make sure that person is there 5 minutes before they're supposed to be there technically. Okay? So if you're supposed to start work at 9, really you should be starting work and letting everyone know you are there officially at 8:55 a.m. Okay? So you need to take out something that you can write on. Think of the synonyms, guys, and a pen, and be sure to take a lot of notes, copious notes. Look at your daily things you have to do, and then write down your top 3 most important things you have to do for today. So I kind of gave you the definitions a little bit there, didn't I? Take a minute, choose 3 of the words, 1 minute, and try to give me a synonym. A synonym, not cinnamon, like the tasty sweet spice, but a synonym, a similar word. Okay? Take a minute, find a similar word. That's it. Oh, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Similar word for clock in, pad, copious, tasks, and priorities. Okay, I gave you little hints, but I didn't give you a synonym. Give me a synonym or an explanation in the form of a phrase. You can do this, you can do this. And if you tell me, oh no, teacher, this is too hard, I can't do this, I'll say, I don't know about that. Because I know and I believe you can. That's it. And who says you can't use a dictionary? I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. Use your dictionary to help you, but then write it down and write it in your notebook. It's okay to use resources. Just write it in your notebook so it stays in your brain then. If you just look it up in the dictionary and you never write it down, guess what? It's like a little bird. It's going to fly away from your brain, and you'll forget everything. Okay? Everything. Make sure you write it down. Write it down. When you write it, it's a form of using it, right? You're using it in communication, in written form. So use it or lose it. Use it or lose it. You guys know what I always say. Okay, that's it. Woo, woo! You did it. Employees must clock in 5 minutes before their shift begins. So clock in comes from the old days when we used to have a time card when we went to work. We'd take the time card, put it in a machine, and it would stamp the time. And there'd be a little clock there. Clock in, okay? And then the opposite is clock out. So officially show that you're here and officially show when you leave. Clock in, clock out. Now with working from home, a lot of people are having like a virtual clock in where they have to join a meeting at a certain time or take a picture of themselves at a certain time so that their manager knows they are truly working when they're supposed to be working. Take out a pad and a pen. Well, guess what? Pad, like the woman said in the video, she used it right there. It's one of the ways that we in the USA talk about paper that's all together, okay? Usually it's attached at the top, not at the side. This is a notebook because it's attached to the side. But when it's attached at the top, it's a pad, like here, like this little to-do pad, okay? That's a pad of paper. Alrighty. Next, copious notes. Copious, it's many, a large amount. So take out a pad and pen and be sure to take copious notes. We might say this in to our mentor, mentee, the person we're mentoring. We might say this to our secretary or our assistant. We need to make sure we take a lot of notes during meetings. So especially if somebody's there representing us in that meeting or we cannot go to the meeting, etc. Want to make sure when we're advising people the right thing to do at a meeting is to take a lot of notes and be sure that you have documented the meeting well, okay? Because sometimes we need recordings, we need proof so that we can remember later and so we know what happened and everybody's clear. All right, look at your daily tasks and then write down your top 3 priorities for today. Oh, I forgot the close quotation. Look at your daily tasks. Tasks are your daily jobs or little jobs or duties or things you have to do at your job, okay? And then priorities are the most important things you have to do, the most important tasks, the most important activities that are key, okay, to achieving your daily goal or will maybe have a consequence if you do not do them that day, okay? So they're priorities. Good. Okay, we did that. Did we do that? Yeah, we did. Okay. So, did we do that? No, we didn't do that. I asked you to come up with definitions. So now what you're going to do is use each one of these, or actually choose 3. Choose 3. Either clock in, pad, copious, tasks, or priorities. There's 5 here. Choose 3, please, and write them in a new sentence. So take 3 minutes to write 3 new sentences. I think that's fair. A minute per sentence. There you go. Liebestraum is our musical choice for the moment. And 3 minutes. Go. You got this. I'll go back and show you the words again. Clock in. Or you can say clock out if you want. It's a verb. Pad, it's a noun. Copious is an adjective. Tasks, noun. Priorities, noun. So again, just to review, clock in is a verb. Clock out is also a verb. So when you use these, if you have to change it to the past, you need to make sure that you change the clock part and use it like a regular verb. So you can say, I clocked in. ED at the end, but it sounds like a T. I clocked in at 8:55 this morning. Pad, noun. Copious notes. Adjective. Tasks, noun. And here daily is an adjective. Daily tasks, describing the tasks. Priorities, noun. Okay. Awesome, everybody. You're doing great. 45 seconds. Got this. Okay. Your daily reminder, you're awesome. You're doing something amazing every time you come here and study with us at sedacollegeonline.com and you do a live class with us. Just remember, there's a lot of negativity in the world, and you rock. If you have negativity up here, you'll never get positivity out here. Okay? We support you. We think you're great. Thank you for being here. All right. Next. We've got a verb phrase or a phrasal verb, colloquialism, to be on track. And we're going to please use these words and definitions to write example sentences of our own, again, in the next slide, okay? So hold your horses for now. Hold your horses means slow down. Take a moment. Hold your horses. To be on track means to be doing the right things or going in the right direction to achieve your goals, okay? You're going to use it in a sentence next. So let's say it again together. To be on track. To be on track. So the be, obviously, you're going to change for the subject, okay? That's the verb be. To be doing the right things or going in the right direction to achieve goals, okay? To be on track. Micro breaks. Micro breaks. Noun. That was in the video. Small pauses, and this should be or stoppages. Small pauses or stoppages in the process of doing something. Micro breaks. Micro meaning small. Break meaning pause. Okay? Re-energize. Verb. Also from the video. Re-energize. To put energy or enthusiasm back into something again. Okay? Back again. The re part means doing it again, like redo. Do the same thing again, differently maybe, but you're doing it for the same purpose, okay? Re-energize. Micro breaks. To be on track, okay? So now it's your turn. You know the drill. You know what to do, peeps. You're going to take those 3 examples and you're going to use each one in a sentence, okay? But I'm going to leave them up there on the screen for you so you can do it. We're going to take 2 minutes, and I say pick 2. 2 minutes, pick 2. I don't want to burn you guys out. I want you to have plenty of energy here. Ooh, Hedwig's theme. All right. Okay. All right. 2 minutes it is. You're probably already started because you're awesome. Keep going. Can't wait to see what you come up with. I have even more great examples tomorrow. That video was jam-packed, super full of great examples of colloquial phrases that native speakers use all the time that I really want to help you with. To be on track. To be doing the right things or going in the right direction to achieve goals. Micro breaks. Small pauses or stoppages in the process of doing something. Re-energize. To put energy or enthusiasm back into something again. You are on track to achieving your English goals. After studying this, you could take a micro break. in your studying. I hope tomorrow we can re-energize your excitement for English and practice more using these work from home tips and tricks from the Huffington Post video. Okay, let's take a look at the time. How we doing? Yeah, looks about right. I think we're going to stop there now. We have about 25 seconds left, but let's just look at some examples again. I'm going to check your answers in the comments, but I'm going to give you another one. So you can say Mike is on the right track to getting a promotion. So maybe his goal is to get a promotion. He's doing all the right things in his current position, making everybody happy, doing the job right, and saying no when he needs to, working well. Oh, I didn't really stop that, did I? So Mike is on the right track to getting that promotion. Micro breaks. It's really important when you're doing intense exercise to take micro breaks and drink a lot of water. Re-energized. I was re-energized and super excited to start my job again after my vacation or holiday. Great. Guys, you did awesome. Thank you so much for joining me here at SEDA College Online Live for this lesson about working from home vocabulary. I hope you found it super useful, and I hope you got some great pronunciation practice and really used your old noggin, your brain, and put some pieces together for yourself, just like I know you can. Part 2 will be on tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you there. I'm Teacher Lydia. Peace out.